Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 4 of my franchise with the Chargers. Um, the injury bug has kind of derailed our season a little bit. In that last Jaguars game we watched last season, we seen Myles Garrett go back to the locker room with a little injury. It wasn't little. He ended up having a torn labrum, was out for a few weeks. He just came back against the Patriots. In the game against the Broncos, Mike Williams tore his shoulder, so he's out for the season. And in the game against the Bills, our cornerback King got hurt. He's done for likely the season. He's got about 5 more weeks before he can possibly come back, and that's going to put us about in the playoffs. So we were without one of our top edge rushers for a good portion of the season. Our top wide receiver is gone for the season. Our top cornerback is gone for likely the rest of the season. I went out and signed Greg Ward Jr. to fill in at wide receiver. He's currently in our slot. And then I signed a young cornerback from the Lions practice squad. He's actually, maybe he's not good enough to be our second cornerback. However, our cornerbacks are kind of so bad that he ended up being our second cornerback. So hopefully he makes some plays. I made sure that I got someone who is good in coverage and can catch, so maybe he can come up with an interception or two, make a big play, but he's certainly no King. So anyway, that's all the updates, other than we are currently tied with the Bills and the Texans for the second wild card spot. So right now we're that second wild card. However, if we can't keep winning, we're going to drop out of that. So hopefully with 3 games left in the season, maybe we can go 2-1 and finish up with that wild card spot and go to the playoffs. This will be our last game of the regular season. If we make the playoffs, then the next video I make is going to be the playoff game. And I'll actually broadcast every single playoff game that we're in. But if we get eliminated from the playoffs or if we don't make the playoffs, then that next video is just going to be pretty much the whole off season. I'll give you a recap of who I re-signed, who I picked up in free agency, and then the actual the video for that day will be the draft. So. But yeah, so now that's all the updates. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the Thursday night game against the Raiders. Primetime game, color rush uniforms. We get to see that new Raiders stadium. And hopefully we come out of this with the win. As you can see, we beat the Raiders the last time. Let's get that win again.
Tonight, from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Los Angeles Chargers.
NFL football has come to Southern Nevada as we are in the menacing new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas. The atmosphere here electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Los Angeles Chargers. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play, and they lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First possession coming for the Raiders, and at quarterback, their longtime starter in his 7th season, Derek Carr.
Sometimes I wonder if we're just not looking at Derek Carr and evaluating him the correct way, because this guy's been incredibly reliable. Only 2 missed starts in 6 seasons with the Raiders. His completion percentage topped 70% last year. The only one higher, Drew Brees in New Orleans. The problem, though, it hasn't translated into wins. They move the ball up and down the field, but they don't score enough touchdowns. Derek Carr hoping to remedy that in 2020.
So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking for more, but this is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. The Raider offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that #1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
On third and long, it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. So excellent starting field position here for the Chargers. They'll be led out by a guy who only became a starter relatively late in his career. It's the well-traveled veteran, Josh McCown.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 12 carries, 77 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
They go with Chubb on second down. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Chubb, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And
McCown to throw on third and 2. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. Well, he's caught by the rookie from Bama. It's Henry Ruggs. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Counter play with Jacobs. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
ball carrier.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 8 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
From the 36, Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
48-yard
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Taken down at the
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Inside the 30. 11 yards there. First down.
Las Vegas.
If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Daniel Carlson.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Here's McCown. And he locates Walker, complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
Complete to Delaney Walker.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And the Chargers.
Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Gabriel.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
No gain on the play.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Fighting through, and he's got space. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
A gain of 6.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And a play fake. McCown. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. This is intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he returns it here to his own 18-yard line.
The first down.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
On 1st down, Carr. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8.
They run it with Jacobs. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. They're going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
1st and 10.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
Back to the air on 2nd down. McCown. He'll get this to Eckler. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Now McCown throws incomplete there on 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a carry for Jacobs. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, the ball
I
carrier.
do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Give him 7 on the play, and the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs.
10 at the 46-yard line.
Seven, our score after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Running is Jacobs. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down and
For the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Mike Badgley to kick
So
off.
not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will make it into the end zone. And no return forthcoming for Richard as this will come out to the 25. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Jacobs now. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
No gain on the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he goes out right around the 39. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 6 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own.
And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
He was covered by Prince Amukamara.
Shotgun here for McCown. That's into the hands of Eckler. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
McCown looks to throw on 3rd. Complete to Wright. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's McCown. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
4 yards.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
The 41-yard line.
The throw on 2nd down by McCown falls incomplete. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, they'll throw with McCown. Pressure comes and down he goes. Malik Collins drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield, just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
I love it. I love it.
Complete to Aguilar. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They run the counter. It's Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
The tackle by
the Raiders on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. On third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
On second down, Eckler. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. He was 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. From the gun on third, McCown. And Walker has it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath, then you get the verification you were right, a sigh of relief.
Not only a sigh of relief, a little vindication as well, because every time you pull that red flag and throw it, you could be costing your team a timeout.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From midfield, here's McCown. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
7-yard pickup.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
Got him, man, it's right. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And the Chargers.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. McCown looks to throw again. Wright's got it. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carrier.
Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and
a run for Nick Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He'll get this to Ward. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll give it to Chubb. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 2nd and goal, McCown, and this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Delaney Walker, his first touchdown on the year. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they'll watch this one fall in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. From the right side, going to be caught by Waller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get him with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Raiders 10.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
25-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Man, where has the season gone? We're into week 15 now. So let's give everybody a look at what's coming up here on what should be a very interesting weekend of football. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Then more good stuff to follow later in the afternoon. One good one being under the dome in New Orleans, where it'll be the Saints taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And lastly, on Sunday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. In our game, it's been the veteran Josh McCown who's thrown the football well. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
On the returns, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Well, Brandon, I don't think they're making any secret of what they want to do right now. They want to control the clock, keep the ball away from the other team. You just wonder, did they start to shut it down a little bit too early? I think what they're counting on, though, if they continue to move the ball and get significant gains, their energy will stay high, and they won't go into hiding too quickly.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Chargers.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Out of the gun, Eckler running it.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Already too often in this game, we've seen him break runs to the second and the third level, and I think this defense has been way too focused on their passing game. At some point, they've got to understand that the running game is hurting them as well. That last run, hit him again.
And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. McCown. And down he goes. They sack it back right around the 41-yard line. Malik Collins, his second sack of the night.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
To 2nd and 10.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas first.
1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now Waller going to have a chance to run this. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete.
Carr's pass.
Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch. And most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle. He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 1st down, McCown. He'll get this to Eckler. That catch good for only a couple.
Complete.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the gun, it's McCown. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Farrell, that got in there to bring him down.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. set here for third down. Working from the gun, McCown. And Walker with it over the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. Fielded at about the 28. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage would be found.
Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Chargers.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play action. McCown. Trying to force it to his tight end, Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked by Nick Kwiatkowski. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10. At the Chargers.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Got his man, that's Tyrell Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
For a Las Vegas.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down.
Another Raiders first down.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal. They didn't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it 6 points on the board. Throwing now is Carr. And they're going to bury him back at the 11-yard line.
No good. That keeps the score.
So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And 9.
On 2nd and 9, McCown. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker.
Pass. Complete.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here's McCown to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown.
Vegas.
And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
Now the Raiders bringing the offense onto the field as they'll try to make it an 8-point swing. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And that is caught for the 2 points.
That makes the score.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Joe Reed returning. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
On the return, the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
LA set to take over again on offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. They go with Chubb on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Shotgun here for McCown. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A throw on second down by McCown falls incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. The Chargers on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Taken down at the
A gain of 8. First down, L.A.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's McCown. And Walker has it. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the 30
Now McCown. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now McCown. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The second-year man, Max Crosby, the one who brought him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. McCown looking to throw. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get into his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down is Carr. He's got it to Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Completes it to Jason Witten. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. On first down, Jacobs. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The ball carrier. He was brought down by Drew Tranquill.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 4 brings up 3rd.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Aguilar has it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Carr now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Carr completes it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson.
On for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now and the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw his Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Temptation there certainly to go for this, but I think you have to kick it, right?
The temptation coming from the fantasy owners, right? I mean, there are some that are going to want to kick it because they may have that kicker, but overall, get more yardage, maybe a chance for a touchdown, but no, absolutely not. Run that field goal kicker out there. Kick it. You got to take the chance to take the lead right now. You don't want to put it back on your defense.
An 18-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
27, Chargers 24.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. McCown now on 1st down. Wright's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
3-yard line.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
To Greg Ward Jr. It's a gain of 6. And the Chargers
throwing on 1st is McCown. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. From the gun, it's McCown. That is incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, McCown. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Corey Liggett makes the stop.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense. And this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a
solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
From midfield, here's Carr. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
It's second down and 10.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Finding some room at midfield. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Here's Ryan Allen now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Carr. The open man here, Renfrow. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Las Vegas, it's a 4th win of the campaign as they get to 4-10 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, well, that was a close game up until the end. Came down to just a few mistakes. I would really like to be able to say that running into the kicker or roughing the kicker is just a bad mental mistake, and players have low awareness in this game, which caused them to do that. However, I don't think that's the case. I think it's just really bad programming on EA's behalf there. We've seen 2 roughing the kicker and a running into the kicker in this one game, and you can go like the entire NFL season and see that like in a whole season across all the teams. So I don't know, that upsets me a little bit that it happened so much, and the fact that the roughing the kicker resulted in giving the other team a chance to score. I think it was a touchdown, and then there at the end, the roughing the kicker led to a touchdown earlier, and then the running into the kicker made it so that we couldn't get the ball back and have a chance to win. That feels like Madden a few years ago when you're throwing it all Madden, and all of a sudden the game just randomly causes fumbles, and so I don't know. Enough of my rant on that. None of that would have mattered if our team would have played better. That's the bottom line. Our offense stunk, and the personnel decisions stunk, and the play calling stunk. In the third quarter, we were like playing to kill the clock in the third quarter. So rather than putting the pedal to the metal and trying to get more points, or even just trying to move the ball down the field, it's like they try to run a minute and a half off the clock each possession, rather than actually run an offense. And the thing that made it worse is every time they ran the ball, they used Eckler. And every time they passed the ball, they had Chubb in on as pass blocking, rather than having our receiving back in on pass plays and our power runner in on running plays. And every time they handed it to Nick Chubb, he gashed the defense. But when they needed yards, they kept handing it off to Eckler or having Chubb sit back and pass protection. So just really bad offensive execution all day in this game today. Defensively, our defense gave us a chance. Not only did they score 2 touchdowns, they stopped the Raiders many times. In fact, most of the Raiders' points came off of short field from turnovers or running into the kicker, roughing into the kicker. So, our defense mostly did its job today, although it seems Nick Bosa is kind of getting stuffed a bunch and not getting as much pressure on the quarterback as we'd like. But today's loss mainly comes down to offense. As much as I hate to say it, this is the kind of game that I expected us to have all year long. So the only reason I'm kind of mad is because we've been exceeding expectations, and we had a chance for a playoff push. This loss here might have ended that playoff push. We'll see. Maybe if we can win the next 2 games, we'll be right back in it. But this game is possibly a season killer. So next video, we'll find out if we made the playoffs or if we're in the off season. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting for everybody who's been watching from the beginning. The whole 4 or 5 videos I put up. But I appreciate it. I think it's fun to have an audience to interact with and either cheer on the team or get mad when I make a personnel decision they don't like. So anyway, thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow. Find out if we made the playoffs or if we're in the off season.